Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Jack of All Trivia. And this is the movie division, and we got two brand new debuting players coming in. It's interesting. It's exciting. I'm your host, Haven, the villain Pendergast, and I'm joined today by my co-host, James, Jack of Hearts. Excuse me, King of Hearts. Sorry. What's going on, brother?
Not too much, man. Just sitting here, ready to go. Man with the power, man of the hour, man. Too sweet to be sour. I cannot wait for this. Like you said, we got two newbies getting ready to come into this league. Hopefully, popping their cherries here pans out a lot better than most coming-of-age movies.
Oh yeah. And then, of course, we got a familiar face here. He is Christopher C. Dub Woodburn, and he's going to be keeping score. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, Haven. Thanks for having me on the broadcast. I'm excited to see these newbies, and let's see who the next future star of the league is going to be.
Oh, you goddamn right. All right. With that out the way, James, would you like to interview these gentlemen and see how they're feeling before they step in the ring?
It would be my pleasure. All right, so let's start off with Darryl. Darryl, it's good to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what you look for going into this match. Are you confident? Are you a little nervous? You know, what's your overall feel going into this, and how do you think you're going to fare? Hello? Did we lose Darryl?
He's there. Did we having mic problems again?
I guess so. Darryl, we can't hear you, brother.
Huh.
That's weird. Well, I guess while we're waiting for Darryl's audio issues to go off, I'll move over to Jacob. Jacob, to you, same question. What do you feel like is how do you feel about going into this match? Are you a little nervous? You a little hesitant? Or are you ready to dive right in?
You know, I'm about as prepared as I think I'll ever be. So I think, you know, let's just get it going. Am I nervous? Sure. Am I confident? Maybe. Do I think I'm gonna win? No, but we'll see.
Hey, fair and honest answer. Now, if you had to pick, let's say, your dream category or something you pray comes up out of nowhere that you know you could just rock 6 ways to Sunday, what category would that be?
Geez. Like I mentioned before we went live, I think I would do pretty well in any type of Nicolas Cage question. I like to think I'm pretty familiar with the man's filmography. But then again, you know, every time I think I'm familiar with something, it ends up not being the case. So we'll see. But I'd be pretty confident with that category.
Gotcha. And then again, conversely, I mean, if you had to pick like the category you would want the least, the one you'd probably be the just would not want in a million years, where would you say that would fall?
Probably like classics or like classic movies, like old movies. I am not too well versed. There are a lot of sort of older movies that I have not seen, and I would do pretty bad at any questions regarding. So,
all right, good deal, good deal. Well, we're glad to have you. Good luck in the match.
Thank you.
Darryl, we managed to get your audio issues figured out. I started to hear something. Mostly sounded like static.
Darryl, if you need to, jump out and try to jump back in like you did before and see if that works. Yes, sir. Wait a second. We go live here, you know, and sometimes if there's a delay, you know, I mean, it doesn't bother me. You know.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
exactly. We're amateurs. We're doing it rogue, man. We just go live, guerrilla style here on Jack of All Trivia.
Yeah. Speaking of doing things live, scary story. One of the very first stage productions I tried to do, we had everything set up. There were actors already on stage. The curtain hadn't opened yet. A light fell off of its fixture, nearly landed on somebody. I want to talk about a scary situation. But we recovered, nerves settled down, and showing off without a hitch after that. So
there you go.
Professionals, yeah, keep the show going. Just like the great Queen sang about, the show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
absolutely.
One of their latest songs, but it was one of my mottos. Like in 2005, I actually discovered that song, man, and that was my motto. The show must go on.
Nice.
All right. Well, like I said, while we're waiting for Mr. Darrell to come on back, Haven, what are you expecting out of these two new competitors? Like, what do you kind of hope to see, going forward with these two? If at least out of today's match. Let's not get too far.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, my number one goal is just to make sure that everybody here has fun, and if these guys have fun and they're able to answer some questions, if they, if they have a good showing, it'll be promising for those guys moving forward, whoever gets the W, to have some confidence going into their next match. And, just I love recruiting people and then seeing guys that just like kick ass, man. That's like the ultimate joy for me. Just seeing these guys like, never played nowhere else, just get opportunity here and just fucking rock that shit, man. That is awesome. Like the last night's match, man. It was cool to see two guys go head to head, man, and you could tell they're both strong competitors. Or excuse me, not last night's, the match right before this one that came on at 7. So yeah, man, that always gives me a high.
Go deal. C-Dub, as one of the OGs of this league, question to you.
Daryl, you there?
What were you going to ask me, James?
I was going to say, based on, being the kind of one of the biggest veterans of this league, what do you expect to see out of these two guys in today's match? Are you expecting big things? Or you kind of just want to see where everybody kind of ranks, who kind of takes that first step forward? If you had to make a prediction, who do you think has the best chance of really taking that first step today?
I mean, honestly, I don't know either one of these. I think Jacob might be holding back on how confident he is, because last night I seen a similar competitor seem kind of coy, and then he did damn well. So I'll tell you what I would like to see in this match, or at least what I'd like to see before we start this match, is to hear Darryl talk. Seems to be quite the issue, quite the conundrum at the moment.
All right, and I see a face there. Darryl, are you with us?
Yeah. I just heard him. I just heard him say, "Ooh, oh, come." All right, he's probably gonna come. Hopefully, he comes back.
Gotta love live entertainment, don't you, folks?
It's a storm on the largest scale.
Mm-hmm. Push comes to shove. I mean, might have to have C-Dub step in and take Darryl's place, but hopefully that doesn't have to happen.
Nah, I can't do that. That's how I ended up with the most matches in the league in the first place. But I kept replacing people. I don't know if you've seen the records, James. I legit got like twice as many matches as everybody else. So
this is weird because Daryl was talking to us before this started, and as soon as we went live, his mic died. I think his laptop probably reset again. Jeez.
Maybe.
Hopefully
the damn these days, which is sad.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets back in here, and is able to play, because I know, Jacob. I know he's a busy man. That dude's a pimp. I've been trying to get him for over a year, man, but he's just so busy.
Over a year, Jacob. Shit, what the hell you got going on?
Hey, man, you can't keep the hose off him, brother.
Well played.
Hey. I got no comment.
Yeah. Hey, don't be mad. Don't hate on him. Jacob does it himself, man. And Darryl is actually he's got his own Facebook page, which is called Paprika, where he has over I think 100 over 1,000 people on his Facebook page. Darryl does, where he talks about movies from comic books and things like that. That's where I met him. So he's a pretty cool dude.
I feel like I know that name, like he's liked my posts before. Like that name, the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, he's been around, man. That dude has big things going. Wait,
Come
let's
on,
see.
let's pray this time it works.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
Daryl.
How can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard it.
I hear him a tiny bit.
That's
Yeah,
fine. That's better than nothing.
All right. Well, we got you back there, Daryl. Heading into this match, Daryl, how do you feel? How do you feel going into this match? You a little nervous, a little excited? You know, the anticipation kind of getting to you. How do you feel?
Yeah, the anticipation's kind of getting to me because I can't ever say anything.
Did you hear that? He's like,
No, I didn't hear a word of
anticipation.
Yeah, I can hear a word of it, but nicely done.
I can't hear him.
All right, well, as long as you guys can hear him, I mean, that's fine. I mean, as long as you guys let me know if he scores points, that way I can keep, or somebody is able to keep score, that's fine. All right, so Daryl, if you had to pick any, number one category you feel like would be your number one strength in this match, what would you pray is the one category that comes up?
I don't hear anything now. I hear what sounds like a vacuum.
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Daryl, can you hear us? Daryl?
Man.
I can hear him very faintly.
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right, Daryl.
I can't really make out words now. I can hear a voice.
All right, give me a second. Daryl, Daryl, say something, brother.
I heard the yo very quietly. Maybe the connection. I don't know if your mic's plugged in somewhere. Maybe check that. Maybe
Yeah.
it's loose.
Is there anywhere on your iPad, Daryl, that you can turn the volume up?
I can hear him just very slightly quietly. I can hear him, but
I could barely hear him now. I heard him earlier.
Yeah, I can't hear anything now.
Daryl, let me hear you, brother.
There he goes again.
All right, this match is not working out. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have to bring in. Let me tell Daryl he's gonna have to come on next week.
Yeah, let's see if we can get another competitor in here.
I'm not sure if it's just on my screen, but like your camera is pointing at the ceiling. I'm not sure if that's.
No, that's my screen. That's my screen because I was stepping out to smoke a cigarette. I don't want that on film.
Sure.
I got complaints before, so I don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just don't want. I don't want people online, to see that and think.
No, for
that.
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sucks about Darryl. Is he pretty excited for it? But...
Haven, if this match with Daryl can't, happen, how about James here? He's only had one match.
Yeah, I'd be willing to step in if we can't find anybody else.
I got a guy stepping in.
Okay, good.
Richard. Okay.
Good deal.
Yep, we got another guy coming in.
We have any people in the chat waiting?
I know, right? Good Lord. They must be about as frustrated as we are trying to get this started.
Is it up?
I don't know. I mean,
Hey, Richard,
Yep.
what's up?
How's it going?
It's going all right, man. All righty. So, I guess we have a newcomer, or not necessarily a newcomer, but a guy who is stepping in here for Daryl, seeing as we had some technical issues on his end. Richard,
Yeah, well, my match is next week. Might as well he can just take my spot and get it worked out.
there you go. There you
That's
go.
true. That's
Things
true.
work out. All right, so Richard, going into this match now, how do you feel coming in here kind of last minute? I know it's not exactly the most ideal way to get a match started in here, but how you feeling right now? You feeling kind of loose, a little confident, or are you a little nervous at the last minute here?
Little nervous. I wasn't expecting to come today, so I didn't really do as much studying. But I'm gonna give it my best shot. Heck, I'm here to have fun.
Cool deal, cool deal. I mean, if you had to pick an absolute best case scenario category for you, what category would you pick?
Comic book movies or comedies,
Very cool.
musicals even.
There you go. Okay. We don't usually hear that a lot, as far as I know. But yeah, good deal. Now, I say conversely, if you had to pick absolute worst case scenario, the category you'd never want in a million years, what would that be?
Directors or classics?
Yeah, I'm gonna say those can get kind of broad range, and they can also really, really kick you in the keister. So I respect that. All right. Well, now that our official pre-match interviews are out of the way, now that we got all this Michigas worked out, I'm gonna send it back over to Haven. Haven, back to you, man.
All right. Sorry, guys, for well, yeah, man. I'm glad that these guys are always willing to step in. We got guys in the league that love this. I'm glad Jacob is still patiently waiting for this match to start. So you know what, guys? Finally, let's get it on. We're gonna introduce first, coming to the ring. He's making his debut tonight. James, you want to kick off some music for the brother?
Working on
He
it.
is. He is Jacob, the Juggernaut Mayor.
Moyer. Close enough.
Moyer. Sorry, God damn it.
It's no big deal. Hi there. How's it going?
And step into his ring. He is coming to the ring with a record of 0-1.
Actually, oh no, I'm a debut movie.
Oh, yep, that's right. 0-0. Sorry.
Yeah,
he's actually making his debut too. He is Richard Schwartz.
Glorified jobbers.
Yep, the glorified jobber. All right, guys. Round one's gonna work like this. You're gonna get 8 random movie questions. When we say the question, you're gonna have 15 seconds to write it down. And then when we call your name, you're going to show us the answer and say the answer. All right. I know my co-hosts and my scorekeeper are ready. So, Richard, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Jacob, you ready?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Let's get it on. Ding, ding. Holy shit. Question number one, guys. Question number one.
All right.
Is going to come in the category of action films. In The Equalizer, after a thug robs the Hallmark hardware store, Robert McCall finds him and gets the stuff back. What does he leave in the cash register for his co-worker?
Can you repeat the question? You were cutting out.
Okay, sorry. All right. In The Equalizer, after a thug robs the Hallmark hardware store, Robert McCall finds him and gets the stuff back. What does he leave in the cash register for his co-worker? With Denzel Washington, you guys should. So, James, part 2's coming out.
I know. I've heard. I know they're supposed
I'm
to
gonna
drop.
use one. I'm gonna use one of my repeats because again, I don't know what the actual question is. Like, I'm gonna use one of my repeats.
All right. In The Equalizer, after a thug robs Denzel Washington's job, Denzel Washington finds him and gets the stuff back. What does he leave in the cash register for his co-worker?
On a
Did you
side
hear
note,
that time, Richard?
Yeah, I heard that time.
on a side note, Haven, what's the weirdest thing you've ever found in a cash register?
Nothing too weird. There's nothing. None. There's usually it's. Sometimes you find a credit card for if somebody just left it at work. A customer leaves that shit randomly at work.
I had a guy who I worked with who was he must have come to work messed up, or he just got lucky in the break room. He left a used condom in there.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Hmm.
And the guy-
3, 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Let's go to Jacob and see if he got it.
Never seen the movie, so I just wrote a gun.
No, fortunately, that's incorrect. All right, Richard.
I have also never seen the movie. I said condom because that'd be funny.
No, sorry. No, sorry, no. The correct answer was the wedding ring from his coworker. They got robbed.
Well,
They
for
took
you
the wedding
guys,
ring.
you should watch The Equalizer.
That was my second guess. No, it was not.
Don't try to bullshit us. All right.
Okay, your next question.
All right.
Comes in the category of comedies. Gentlemen.
All right.
In Horrible Bosses, the trio goes to a bar in search of a hitman. The trio meet Dean Blank Jones. What name does he go by?
Good question.
Are you asking for the middle name or the?
Yep. Yeah, the middle name, the name he goes by, his nickname. Where he tells the guys, this is what they call me.
Alrighty. Definitely obscure question here. Let's see if they get it.
I guess. I don't know. I mean, if you watch this once or twice, you know what his name is in the movie.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Richard first.
I put Biggie. I didn't know.
No, that is incorrect. All right, let's see if Jacob has it.
I believe it's motherfucker.
That is correct for 1 point.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Good job.
Good pull, Jacob.
Good job.
I've seen that one. I have seen that one.
I seen it, but I just forgot. I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
All right, your next question. Question number 3. Comes in the category of 80s toys that turned into films. All right, guys. In the Transformers, who plays United States Air Force Tech Sergeant Epps?
The only Transformers movie I recognize is that original one from back in the 80s.
The cartoon?
Yep.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people shit on Transformers. I love the first and third one. The second one was kind of and 4 and 5 sucked ass.
First
But
one, anything else.
I love 1 and 3. Dark of the
We're gonna
Moon.
go
I love
5, 4, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to the Juggernaut.
I pictured him in my head, but I didn't get the name. Don't have it.
Oh shit! Glorified Jobber.
I put Mike. I couldn't remember.
Oh no! The correct answer was Tyrese.
Gibson.
Tyrese.
Yeah.
Tyrese
Full
Gibson.
name.
Yeah.
We would accept
I had
it,
it- I had
Tyrese.
I had his face. I just couldn't remember his name.
All right. Your next question. Question number 4, gentlemen. Question number 4 comes in the category of, I would say, comic book films adaptations. All right. In Dragon Ball Evolution, who plays Lord Piccolo? And straight shit.
Yeah, that
One
movie
of
was
the worst movies ever made.
Who's
that. I would say the shitty quality of that movie is matched only by M. Night Shyamalan's Last Airbender.
I'm sorry.
And
Dragon
Batman
Ball
and
Evolution
Robin
was way worse.
All right.
Drag-
It looks like these guys are ready. They got their stuff down. So we're going to go 5, 4. All right. Pens down. Let's go to Glorified Jobber and see what he has.
James Masters.
That is correct for 1 point. All right. The Juggernaut.
I don't know. I just thought Dragon Ball, like kung fu, so I put Jet Li. I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
Oh,
Of course, the question I get right is the movie I hate. Great.
I've never seen it. All I ever heard it was bad, so I've avoided it. But I guess
Yeah.
it would have come in handy
I
in
don't
this instance.
feel good about not getting that question. My heart hurts a little bit for getting that.
All right.
All right, your next question comes in the category of romance. Oh, excuse me. Before we get to the next question, Christopher, what's the score after 4 questions?
After 4 questions, we got a tie at 1.
All right, 1 apiece. Okay. All right, guys. Question number 5 comes in the category of romance films. Romance. In what film does Nicolas Cage play an angel who falls in love with Meg Ryan's character?
Oddly enough, I think I know this one. Let's see if Jacob does.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna be really embarrassed if I get this one wrong.
This was actually a sweet little movie.
It is.
I'll admit, yeah, I believe so.
All right, we're going to go 5. And remember, guys, you do have 4 repeats still remaining. 2, 1. Pens down, pens down. Let's go to the Juggernaut.
I believe it's City of Angels.
That'll be correct for 1 point. All right, Glorified Jobber, does he have it?
City of Angels.
And that is correct. They both got that one.
Still
They
tied.
both-
Call legged up on me for a second there. Did that go through? Did you get it?
Yep. No, yeah, we got it.
All right, for sure.
All right.
Just keep the rest of them pertaining to Nicolas Cage, and we'll be good.
All right. Question number 6, guys. Question number 6 comes in the category of comic book films. Comic book films. How many MCU movies has Gwyneth Paltrow appeared in?
Ooh, good one.
Ooh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Now, just for clarification for our competitors, does that include Infinity War?
Yes.
Yes.
It-
It's already
yep.
been released.
All right, just wanted to double check so they know.
Yes, sir. Christopher, you know this answer?
Of course I do.
Yep. I figured you would. I expect nothing less. 5. Pens down, pens down. Let's go to Richard.
6.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Jacob.
I also had 6.
All right.
Nice.
Good job.
That is correct. All right, question number 7, guys. Question number 7 is going to come in the category of horror. In what films will you find paranormal investigators Lorraine and Ed Warren?
Haven, just to correct you, it's Lorraine.
Lorraine. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I stumble on names if I don't hear them. That's one of my big stumbling blocks is the pronunciation of names. Lorraine, beautiful Lorraine. We're gonna go 5. 2 and 1. Pens down, pens down. All right, we're gonna go to Jacob.
Is it The Conjuring?
That is correct for 1 point. Richard.
Didn't got it. I put Saw 2.
Ooh.
Oh, there was no paranormal anything in the Saw franchise, but okay.
I didn't hear paranormal. I just heard horror.
Oh, shit, sorry. No, you could just let us know if you can't hear the question. Just say you could just tell us to repeat it. It won't count
Okay.
if you
There's
can't
no
hear.
worries.
All right. Question number 8, guys. Question number 8. Your final question in round 1 is going to be in the category of movie release dates. Movie release dates.
Yay.
Paul Scott Mance.
In what year did Superman 4: The Quest for Peace come out?
Oh,
You guys want to know something interesting about this movie? Even
Listen.
though it's terrible, I actually enjoy it. It is so bad. It's so ridiculously awful. I actually enjoy it.
It's all good.
I actually, well, after this, after they chime in, I'll give you a little hint about the movie after this, a little behind the scenes thing I learned. 5, 4, 3. Pens down. I believe we're gonna go to the Juggernaut first.
I just put 1982. I don't.
Oh, sorry, that is incorrect.
Yeah.
All right, Glorified Jobber.
I put 1978.
Oh, no.
Ah, so
This is
close.
No, it's not. It was 1987. The movie came out.
Yeah.
The first one came out. All right. Before we get to the score count, about that movie is that they got a budget from Warner Brothers, sent them $37 million, but the company actually used a lot of that budget. A lot of that budget to finance Masters of the Universe. That
And
was
you know what
actually-
else? They were if those two movies had been good critical hits, they would have made a Spider-Man movie off the profits.
Yep, that's true. All right, so after the first round, Christopher, what is the current score?
Jacob is in the lead, 4-3.
All right, so okay, cool. So is anybody's game still? Anybody's game still?
Absolutely. Much
it's
like
close.
The Walking Dead, it seems like the competitors really came alive in the second half of that round.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. Round 2 is going to work like this. Jacob, the Juggernaut, since you're in the lead, you get to pick between A, B, and C. That's going to land on an actor, actress, or director. And then once you find out who that is, you'll go first, and it's going to go back and forth between you guys naming the movie that person starred in or directed for 1 point each. If you get one wrong, you get a mulligan. The other guy has a chance to go, and then if you get the second one wrong, if you miss it twice, then you're out of it, and then the last person standing will have 10 seconds to list off 6 extra movies for 6 extra points.
All right.
All right, if you guys got all that, Juggernaut, what do you pick? A, B, or C?
I'll go with B.
B? All right, B is going to land on the guy that tells you to know your role. He is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
All right.
Are we allowed to down just to make sure we, write down whatever we say so we don't lose
Yes,
track?
of course. You can
That's
write
fine.
down
Okay.
anything you want, brother. It's all good. All right, Jacob, you are going to go first. You're going to have 5 seconds to name one movie that The Rock starred in. Starting now.
Rampage.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Richard.
San Andreas.
San Andreas is correct for 1 point. Jacob.
The Fate of the Furious.
That is correct for 1 point. Richard.
Walking Tall.
That is correct for 1 point. Jacob.
Tooth Fairy.
That is correct for 1 point. Richard.
The Game Plan.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, now we're going back to Jacob.
Scorpion King.
That is correct for 1. Oh, wait. Let me see if
That's
that's the
right.
full title.
That's the title.
Okay, that's correct for 1 point. Richard.
Great Iron Gang.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Jacob.
Furious 7.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Richard.
Oh crap. Can I repeat the question?
No.
No. 2.
The Mummy Returns.
That's correct.
That is correct for 1 point. Got it in the nick of time. All right, Jacob.
Fast 5.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Richard. One.
Fast and Furious 4.
Oh, sorry. That is wrong. So we're going to Jacob.
Is Skyscraper? Does that count? That's not out yet. Does that count?
Not out yet.
No, not out yet. Nothing. All right, they both are on their final mulligans. All right, Richard.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
There we go.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, Jacob.
Jumanji, welcome to the jungle.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, let's go, Richard.
I forgot what it's called. Too Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hang on.
Nope. That's incorrect.
I know you're right. Yeah, correct.
All right, Jacob, you have 10 seconds now to list off an extra 6 movies for 6 extra points to increase your lead. Starting now, brother. Go ahead.
Call froze up on my end. Sorry. 10 seconds.
10 seconds, brother.
Central Intelligence.
5.
Did you get Central Intelligence? Because that's the only one I can think of.
We got it. 4. 2.
God, yeah.
1.
I can't think of anything else.
Bam. All right.
Was it Stay Cool?
It was Be Cool. Be Cool.
Be Cool. Ugh.
Can't believe nobody said The Rundown.
The Rundown, yep. He was also in Gem and the Holograms. He cameoed as himself. And there were
cameos, James.
Yeah, cameos don't count. That's why I don't have Reno 911 Miami here, because that was a quick 1 minute thing.
You know, I own Central Intelligence. I own The Rundown. I just didn't think of it at the time. It's just like, you know.
It happens, yeah.
The Mummy 2.
All right. What's the current score right now going into round 3?
The score is Jacob is in the lead, 12-9.
Okay, not too bad. All right, still anybody's game, 12-9, 12-9. All right. Since Jacob, you are in the lead, you're gonna pick 3 numbers between 1 and 10. 1 and 10. I need 3 numbers.
All right, let's go with 3, 8, and 7.
3, 8, and 7. All right, Richard. I need 3 numbers between 1 and 10, and you can pick the same number, just not in the same order.
All right. 4, 1, and 8.
Okay, 4, 1, and 8. All right. You pick number 4. Glorified Jobber, number 4, Richard. That's going to be your 2-point question. And that's going to be in the category of Disney films. All right.
Okay.
Who voiced Shere Khan in Jon Favreau's Jungle Book?
I actually know this answer.
I did too.
We're going to go 5. Remember, you do have 3 repeats. I think you used one in the first round.
Repeat the question.
2. All right.
I think
Who
he asked
voiced-
to repeat.
He did.
Yeah.
I heard him. All right. Who voiced Shere Khan in Jon Favreau's Jungle Book?
Okay.
5.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, sorry. That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Christopher, what's the correct answer?
Idris Elba.
That is correct. Ooh. All right. Ooh. You pick number 1, Richard. Number 1 for your 3-point question. You pick the category of number 1.
This to tie the game up, Richard.
That's going to be an action, Richard. An action.
Okay.
All right. Jet Li plays Gabriel Yulaw, once an officer of the Multiverse Authority, seeks to hunt down all variations of himself in what film?
I know this one.
I think I know this one.
It's a funny story about this one. This was actually these guys wrote this script at a baseball game, came up with the idea for The Rock, but he couldn't do it, so they got Jet Li. 3,
Question.
2, repeat. All right. Now you're down to your final repeat after this one.
Yeah.
Jet Li. Jet Li plays Gabriel Yulaw, once an officer of the Multiverse Authority, seeks to hunt down all variations of himself in what film?
I'm gonna say Time Cop. I know that's wrong.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer, James, is what?
The One.
And that is correct. The One, starring Jet Li. Richard, this all comes down to you right now. For your 5-point question, you pick number 8. If you miss this, that means that the Juggernaut is victorious tonight.
Be a TKO.
Okay.
TKO.
All right, Richard. This is in the category of dramas. In the category of dramas.
Great.
For 5 points. In the 1998 film Great Expectations, who plays the escaped convict and big-time mobster Arthur Ludus Lusting? Arthur Lusting.
You cut out. I couldn't hear the question.
All right. I'll give you okay. In the 1998 film Great Expectations, who plays escaped convict and mobster Arthur Lusting?
Oh. Well, it was a good match. I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark and say I have one more repeat, right?
Yes, you do.
Repeat the question.
All right. Your last final repeat. In the 1998 film Great Expectations, who plays escaped convict and mobster Arthur Lusting? Arthur Lusting. We're going to go 5, 4, 3. Ooh, no answer. And your winner, Jacob the Juggernaut. Woo!
All right. I'll take it.
The correct answer was Robert De Niro. Robert De Niro. Holy shit.
I could have thought of that too. Oh.
Christopher, what is the score at the end of this match?
Jacob
12-9.
gets the win via TKO, 12-9.
12-9. Thank you. James,
I'll take it.
would you like to interview these guys and see how they're feeling?
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's start off with Jacob since he is the victorious party here. Jacob, how you feeling after that, man?
Pretty good. Pretty surprised, but good. It's fun.
Were there
Really,
real points where you felt kind of like tripped up, or like were there some surprises, some things you were like, man, they asked that question?
I'm really surprised the Nicolas Cage question came up, and I'm really glad that happened. I thought that would have been a shot in the dark, but it happened. And then I'm surprised I knew as many movies that Dwayne Johnson was in as I did, because once I heard the name, I was like, I'm going to get like 2. But that went on pretty good. And then there were some where I just,
Yeah, highest paid movie star in the world. I mean, he's been in a handful, so it's kind of tough to narrow him down sometimes.
Yeah.
So going forward, how are you feeling about your chances as far as competing in this league in the future? Are you looking forward to your next match?
Oh, for sure. This was really fun, Good time, Nice meeting everyone, trying it out. I think went pretty well tonight, but I'm sure there's definitely much more knowledgeable people out there. So I'm just looking forward to the next time, and seeing how that goes.
All right, fantastic. Well, let's move on to Richard. Richard, tough go of it today, especially there in that third round. How you feeling, man?
Well, at least I'm keeping it consistent. 0-1 across the board. No, I mean, I did good. I mean, I didn't get as much studying as I thought it would be because, it was just the last minute. But, for the sake of what it was, like I did good for my opinion. Like there was just I got them at the third round. I just got movies I just didn't see, and there's just a lot of movies I haven't seen yet. Like there's a lot of movies I've seen, a lot of movies I haven't seen. But I was happy with myself. I did pretty well with the rock category, like just like Jake did. We were doing that pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, there's a ton of movies that he's been in, all wide ranging and really weird in some cases. But if you had to pick one thing you felt like you could have done differently about today, obviously you'd probably be able to prepare. Am I right?
Yeah, well that and I was maybe just pick the right numbers.
Yeah, it does.
I just didn't pick the right numbers.
The luck of the draw. But with that being said,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you're only 0-1. You're still kind of new in this league, so you still got a long way to go. You look forward to competing again?
Oh, absolutely. I'm here to have fun. I mean, I could be 0-15 and still enjoy myself. So I don't plan to be 0-15, granted, but I'm just here to have fun. I love movies. I love trivia. So this is like the best way to learn.
Absolutely. That's the best way to take it as a learning experience. Every single match is a learning experience. That being said, are there any opponents you'd like to maybe challenge for next time, or anybody you're just kind of got your eye on, or maybe somebody you'd like to
whoever, whenever. I mean, right now, I know me and my partner Jay wants to get into the team league. We want to have our first match in team, so it should be a good time.
Well, you might be able to get your wish very soon because a little birdie told me a team tournament is a brewing.
There you go.
Ooh. Sounds
All
like
right.
the West Adventures. Fun with that.
All right. Well, let's see. We'll look forward to seeing how you guys fare in that tournament, if that is what you guys decide to do, and always look forward to seeing you compete in singles next time.
You did great.
All righty. Back to you, Haven.
All right, thank you. Yeah, man, I thought that before I give my thoughts on this match, let's go to Christopher. You played here plenty of times. What do you think about these two guys tonight?
Oh, they both played well. Richard, unfortunately, like he said, he just didn't pick the right numbers. They both got off kind of a rocky start. But Jacob, he did what I kind of thought he might do, and he pulled away. And congrats on the victory, and I can't wait to see him who he's going to face next.
Thank you. Yeah, this match it started a little late, so I personally apologize to everybody out there that was waiting, but the guy that Jacob was supposed to play, stuff just didn't go right with Darryl's side of the end, but Richard was able to jump in. He didn't have time to prep for the match. I didn't know if the waiting game was going to throw Jacob off, but he was a trooper. He showed his fortitude tonight. And, as a last-minute replacement, I think Richard played a hell of a game. I know he was dead set on playing next week, and so he came in, at last minute, so maybe that kind of threw his game off. But I know that both of these guys next time are going to play a hell of a lot better because now they are used to the second-round format. That usually trips some guys up or, new players up the first time around. But I thought it was an interesting match, and it was fun, man. I'm glad these guys were here. I'm glad you guys are here. So with that out the way, let's go down the line and see where everybody can find these cool cats. Well, let's go to Christopher, the scorekeeper. Where can the good people find you, brother?
You can find me on YouTube, Christopher Woodburn, Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. If you do Schmodown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League. And also every Saturday night, Schmodown All Access, where we dive deep into the Schmodown world, so come check us out.
Awesome. All right, and my co-host, James, where can the good people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at James E. Shimo. You can also find me here on YouTube at James Shimo. I do movie reactions, trailer reactions, Schmodown reactions. I do all kinds of good stuff. Chris knows I'm a member of the MTS Fan Reaction League. I also compete here on Jack of All Trivia, movies, Inner Geekdom, wrestling. I've actually got a wrestling match coming up tomorrow night against Malcolm Lay, so be sure to check that out. I also do host a show on my YouTube channel, Sweating It Out. It's a bunch of sweaty nerds just kind of hanging out, nerding out over whatever they decide to talk about that specific night. And also, you can find me on Schmodown All Access alongside C-Dub.
Awesome, brother. All right, Richard, you took the loss tonight, but where can the good people find you?
You can find me on Facebook under Richard Schwartz, YouTube under External Void, Twitter, Richard Schwartz and External Void, here at Jack of All Trivia, and, me just be around, weeping again, but, I'm used to it.
All right. And our winner of this evening, Jacob, where can the good people find you, brother?
They can find me right here, right now, in this moment. Other than that, I don't really have anything to plug. I'm just sort of here having fun. Don't really have any pages or anything, but, watch this, enjoy this, and, whenever my next match comes up, I'll be there.
Awesome. Thank you. And I am your host of this evening. I'm Haven the Villain. And, of course, you can find me on Facebook at Jack of All Trivia. You can like our Facebook page, and that's how you get involved in a match. We book you in a match. And then you can find us on YouTube at Jack of All Trivia. That's how you're watching us live right now. So I want to thank everybody here tonight. I want to thank everybody that watched the match. And, of course, remember to pray for the children all across the world. Good night. Peace out.